With the purifier technology secured, our eyes can finally turn to our brothers, the Dark Templar. The Nerazim of Shakuras ritually sever their connection to the Kala. Because of this, they are now the last free Protoss. I must reach them before Amon's armies.
Is overrun. Loss of life is extensive. Hold. We are receiving a transmission.
Praise the gods. Artanis, you live.
Matriarch Vorazun, what has happened here?
Shakuras has fallen. The warp gate linking this world to Ire has been reopened. Countless hybrid and Zerg pour from the other side. They've obliterated our cities, decimated our Shadow Guard. We are trying to evacuate the remaining population, but I am uncertain whether we can hold long enough to get them safely away.
We will give you the time you need, Matriarch. My Templar are inbound.
My Dark Templar were tracking your invasion on Ire when we were cut off. Then the warp gate opened. What happened, Artanis?
Amon used the Kala to seize control of the Templar. I could feel his rage tearing through me, and I was powerless against it. Zeratul found me. It was there that he...
Yes?
He tried to free me. And he succeeded, at the cost of his own life. He fell by my hand.
It was Amon's deed, not yours.
Zeratul came to me with a warning, but I did not act. Because of this, he is now gone, and the stars burn dimmer for his loss. Amon's deed or not, I carry a burden, Matriarch. One that cannot be easily lifted.
So this is the home world of the Nerazim. A planet shrouded in darkness. Fitting.
Beautiful, is it not?
Indeed. I never imagined the Firstborn would ever step foot upon it.
As Ire fell to the Zerg, we fled to this world as refugees. The Dark Templar accepted us as equals. It was here that we first stood against the Swarm as one.
I wish I could have stood by you and shared in such glory.
As do I.
I've been trying to isolate the major population centers in need of evacuation. The Zerg signatures far outnumber those of the Protoss, but most of the survivors seem to have gathered within Talametros.
There must be Nerazim phase-smiths you know among them. Those who stayed behind.
I am not seeing any Protoss life signs from within the engineering base, Hierarch.
Then they have met their fate.
Or perhaps they fought their way to safety. The Dark Templar do not follow our caste system. Some of their phase-smiths are trained warriors, skilled as any of ours.
That does give them an advantage I had not realized. But then, our people are very different.
Of course, Hierarch.
All this time, this wretched little world was within striking distance of our fleets.
Much has changed since your era, Preserver.
First you consort with those Terrans, and now the Fallen Ones? It is heresy. You must know this.
The Dark Templar are now our allies.
There was a time when the Protoss were broken. Throughout the Aeon of Strife, we tore at each other with wanton abandon. Only one path was ever found to end the madness and unify our people. The Kala. The Dark Ones rejected its light. They denied their own race. How can you fight for them?
For one so sworn to preserve our history, Rohana, how can you be so blind to its turn?
I see I have offended you, Hierarch. My apologies. Adapting to this period is difficult.
infestation is overtaking Telemetros. Our evacuation is already in great peril. Your aid cannot come soon enough, Hierarch. Shakuras teams with Amon Zerg broods. We hold only the southwest quadrant of Telemetros, and even that is in peril. We must evacuate our people, but the launch bays have been defiled with infestation. Only ground forces can clear them. Once the bays are free, the planetary warp conduit will allow our ships to escape safely.
The launch bays will be cleared. Your people will survive, Matriarch. This I swear.
Nasperu Unadar. Clever.
You will need the aid of my Dark Templar in this battle. They can strike from the shadows without fear of reprisal.
I am the blade of the Narazim. I am intrigued. Khartoum. By the void. Clever. I am but a phantom.
These vaults hold the solarite reserves that power Telemetros. You may claim them with our blessing, Hierarch. Artanis, I'm detecting a rift opening near your position. Avoid Thrasher. By the gods, it's sieging the warp conduit!
Warriors, we must slay it before it destroys the conduit. Strike as one, Templar.
Clever. I am the
Thrasher is slain, but it will be for naught if the launch bays remain infested.
Indeed, completing bonus objectives will allow me to improve the Spear of Adun's power. There are 2 vaults left in the city.
I am intrigued. The darkness rides. I am the blade of the Narazim. I will
Shore up our defenses. The Zerg are moving to attack our nexus point.
Be careful. The spore crawlers and overseers ahead can detect our Dark Templars' movements. Slay them first.
You seek answers. I am the blade of the Narazim. I am intrigued by the void. Khartoum.
conduit is under assault.
Nasperu Unata. Khartoum. I am but a phantom. By the void. I am the Narazim. I am intrigued.
Yes, I'm waiting. The Fallen still serve. You call upon me. Mirage Gulio.
You must construct additional pylons. You require more Vespine gas.
For ire.
Not enough energy.
Thrasher has been eliminated. This would be an opportune moment to clear the launch bays.
Right on. Yes, this warrior awakens. You have returned.
Matriarch Vorazun, the first launch bay has been cleared. Continue evacuating.
Engaging foe. Right on. Mirage Gulio. This warrior awakens. I have returned.
You have not enough minerals.
I fight on.
Another Thrasher has appeared. You know what must be done.
This warrior awakens. Yes. As the ship you call upon, this warrior awakens. Boldly, the Fallen
Legion forward.
That should buy the conduit more time. We have secured a second launch bay.
Well done. Half of the bays are launching evacuation ships.
Fear is an illusion. Captain Legion forward.
I fight on. You call upon me. Therma, as the shadow wills. Zerashk Gulida.
What would you ask of us? By the void. I bask in the twilight. I am intrigued.
Yes. I fight on.
Amon has sent another Void Thrasher against us. Slay it before the conduit falls.
Neraj Gulio. I'm waiting. This warrior awakens. Our foes grow. I'm waiting. Adun Toridas. This warrior awakens. I have returned. Yes.
I bask in the twilight. Fear is an illusion.
You must construct additional pylons. You must construct additional pylons.
Another Thrasher felled. Is there no end to these abominations?
Julio. This warrior.
Upgrade complete. You must construct additional pylons.
I have returned.
purged the infestation. Only one launch bay remains disabled.
Very well. Emma. Find me, Zerash, the Fallen.
Artanis, another Void Thrasher has been summoned. This one is in the heart of the city.
We meet the enemy in battle.
You must construct.
This morning awakens.
The warp conduit has lost half of its durability. The Void Thrasher must be dealt with soon.
For iron.
We are recovering the last Solarite reserve now. The solar core should be augmented by the time our forces return, Hierarch.
You must construct additional pylons.
Engaging forward.
You must construct additional pylons. You must construct additional pylons.
I fight on.
Upgrade complete. You must construct additional pylons. You must construct additional pylons.
Yes. I meet the Fallen.
You must construct additional pylons.
Well done, brave warriors. Amon's Thrashers are no match for the Templar.
Still serves Zerash.
The launch bays have been reclaimed. Matriarch, you may complete the evacuation.
You have saved my people, Artanis, and they will never forget it. Despite this tragedy, I am pleased to see you once more, Hierarch. I had hoped that our next interaction would be your announcement of Ayer's reclamation.
As did I. Instead, the Templar have fallen.
Then the threat is greater than I realized.
We cannot let the same fate befall Shakuras.
It is too late for that. Amon Zerg poured through the warp gate as a tide of flesh and blade. They have already overrun Telemetros and are nearing the shrines of Lizul. This world is lost. With such an infestation, Shakuras must be destroyed.
Destroy Shakuras? I will not permit this.
Permit? Shakuras was my people's home long before we offered yours sanctuary upon it. I will not let this world be a den for Amon's forces. Worlds may fall to ash. What matters is that we endure.
To lose Shakuras and Ayer.
We are a vagabond people, Artanis. Our true home has always been Ayer. Let us reclaim it together.
It is fitting that the daughter of Raja Gal decides the fate of the world she helped forge. Let us make preparations at once.
Hierarch, I have powered up a new ship subsystem. You can review it in the solar core now.
Of all the Templar, you never wavered in the belief that our two peoples could live in unity. It is something I admired in you.
It is ironic to hear you say this. All this time, I believed you were reluctant to accept the unity I sought.
You and I had many a disagreement in the Twilight Council. For day by day, I saw my people losing what they were. I saw our precious old ways erode.
You wished to preserve them.
I am Nerazim, Dark Templar. I hold great pride in my people.
But you are also Protoss. That is the greater affiliation.
That is not what the Conclave believed when we were exiled long ago. Your kind had ire. Our culture is all we ever had.
You have become a mighty warrior since last we fought together, Artanis. Even these Dark Templar revere you as if you were a Dune himself. If only Passadar could have lived to see what you've become.
I often think about him, of how different these events would have been if you were still in command.
You are Hierarch now. Your doubts do not honor you or him.
Yet, they persist. Tassadar's shadow looms large over my every action.
You must move from it, old friend. For none of us can truly grow while still in the shadow of his mentor.
What have you discovered about the Keystone, Phase Smith?
Only that my skills may be inadequate to assess it.
Explain.
Imagine the Terrans obtained one of our fabrication matrices. Could their scientists ever understand its engineering? The task set before me is of a similar scale. The Cell Naga were beings beyond our understanding.
Keep working, Karax. I have faith in you.
The War Council awaits you, Hierarch. Cloaked warriors are now available for deployment.
Khartoum. Vengeance for ire. Khartoum.
The evacuation ships have reported in. All are present and are being escorted by the Spear of Adun. This was not an easy decision, but I would rather see Shakuras destroyed than overwhelmed by Amon Zerg. We have much to plan, Hierarch.
Tell me, Vorazun, how will we bring destruction to your world?
The Zelnaga Temple's phase prism can be overloaded, forcing a spike of energy into the planet's core. Enough of a charge, and the planet will shatter. Amon will not possess my world.
I have been thinking about this choice.
Are you reconsidering?
No. My time here has reminded me of the courage of your people. That we must fight. If we are to suffer, then so too will Amon. We will lure as many of Amon's hybrid and Zerg through the gateway as we can. Only once enough are through to wound him will we overload the temple and flee.
You mean to bleed him? Bold. But we can't risk the forces it would require to do such a thing.
Leave that to me, Matriarch. I have learned much from the Dark Templar.
Our forces have secured the Zelnaga Temple grounds. Artemis, how go your preparations?
I am configuring the temple now, but without the Uraj and the Callus, it will take time.
Time is not all it will take. The temple's energies are regulated by 3 Zenith stones. Only once they are destroyed can the temple be overloaded.
Until then, we must defend it from the Zerg and their hybrid masters.
The Nerazim have long used Kadaran monoliths to protect our lands. I see your Phase-Smith has become familiar with them.
Indeed, Matriarch. The monoliths are quite deadly and fire a considerable distance. They should prove instrumental in our defense.
The moment has come. Let us begin.
You seek our service.
The sooner the Zenith stones are destroyed, the better off we shall be. The Zerg will overwhelm the temple grounds shortly.
Agreed. Although, should it become necessary, my Dark Templar can sneak through the enemy and destroy the stones.
Nasperu Unatar. By the void. I am the blade of the Narazim. I will.
Exercise caution when attacking a Zenith stone. The energies within may become volatile as it is damaged.
I pass. Jakku Ina. Clever. What would you ask of us?
The Zerg gather for an attack to the southwest. Ignite your blades, warriors.
You have not enough minerals.
The darkness rides. What would you ask? I am the truth. Fear is an illusion.
enough minerals.
Our observers are reporting a vast number of Zerg have poured onto Shakuris.
And yet, not a single hybrid. Amon is testing our resolve.
Southeastern accessway. Ready yourselves, Templar. The Zerg are moving to assault both sides of the temple.
have seen this tactic before. They are transporting ground forces. Destroy the overlords, quickly!
You require more Vespene gas.
I have returned.
Engaging foe.
Our readouts indicate there are nearly 500 million Zerg on Shakuras. All of them moving for this temple.
Let them come. The Templar will endure.
You require more Vespene gas. Base is under attack. Vespene gas.
I have returned. Engaging foe. From the shadows I come. I have returned.
The temple from all three sides at once.
You call upon me. I'm waiting.
Upgrade complete.
Awakens. This warrior awakens. You call yes. I battle darkness. This warrior awakens. This warrior awakens. We meet the enemy in battle. This warrior awakens. This warrior awakens.
It is done. The Zenith Stones have been destroyed. Once your task is complete, the temple can be overloaded.
Understood. And the temple alignment is proceeding well. Now, we wait for the Zerg.
Call upon from the shadow. The Master's gaze falls on your shadowed world.
By the gods, I have never seen such abomination. Warriors, Focus all cannons on the hybrid. We must defend the temple. The moment approaches, warriors. The temple is realigning. It will be ready soon.
Hierarch, I have discovered a solarite cache beneath the Zelnaga temple. If we can hold longer, I should be able to retrieve it.
Begin the retrieval process, Karax. We will hold the temple as long as we can.
Solarite retrieval is still in progress. If we can hold on just a while longer... It is done. The Solarite has been successfully warped aboard the Spear of Adun.
Initiate dimensional recall. Get to safety, now!
The Zerg are poised to breach the temple.
Have faith, Matriarch. Your fallen people cry out for vengeance, and they shall have it.
Of our kind suffer, separated from the glory of the Kala. whose generation after generation choose the mantle of Dark Templar.
Shakuris is gone. It has become one with the eternal night. But the traditions we forged there will remain with us forever.
Is that still possible, Matriarch?
More so than you may realize. What do you know of the Shadow Walk, Artanis?
Little. Your people closely guard their customs.
It is our most sacred rite of passage. The Initiate stands alone. Members of her tribe strike against her from the shadows. If she endures, she becomes a Shadow Hunter, true Dark Templar.
Why do you speak of this?
You stood alone, as Dark Templar, against countless enemies, risking your life for the many. You have walked as we have. You have walked the Shadow Path already, Artanis. You no longer have the Kala. You are Dark Templar.
The Nerazim fought valiantly beside us, even unto the destruction of their world. Why?
Their homeworld has always been Ire. They have never forgotten it, or the sacrifice that delivered them to safety.
You speak of Adun. So saith Judicator Zentheon. Adun failed to eradicate the rogue tribes, those who call themselves the Dark Templar. We witnessed the burst of the Twilight Star. In that treasonous instant, Adun ushered the heretics and himself to fate, purifying Ire of their taint, but allowing them life.
Treason? Adun chose mercy rather than committing genocide. This was a noble act, Preserver.
Was it? I see history through the eyes of those who lived it, Artanis.
Perhaps this is why you are blind to all that is before you. History's truths are only ever understood looking through the backwards lens, seeing its consequences take root.
As a preserver, I have always experienced history as a living, breathing now, as those who experienced it in the moment did. Perhaps I should consider the way you view it.
In Arudin, Shakuris.